This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, The Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
The Walkstar, broadcasting live from KXVS, and KXVS is called The Voice of Stockton. I'm so excited here. We are broadcasting right off the Miracle Mile, and so many things happen here in Stockton, California. I like to say the things that happen here have global implications because we experienced a lot of things. We've experienced the highs in real estate, the lows in real estate, the middle ground in real estate, and Stockton's been known for a lot of great things. And I will tell you, I'm so excited today because today I'm actually going to be going to another station as well, doing a PSA for Healings in Motion. Nice. And Healings in Motions is dedicated to stroke awareness, brain health, and we just had a walk this a few months ago for the county. It's the Brain Health to Beat Stroke Walk, and on November 10th, there's going to be a very special day. This is the 11th annual Inner Safari Caregiver Symposium, and we are there to really support a lot of the people that are caring for other people, giving them the right tools. And Healings in Motion is a 501c3 dedicated to helping people beat stroke, but also giving caregivers tools to be able to basically just make it through life. And again, mark your calendars, November 10th. If you are a caregiver, you know of another caregiver, please let them know about this event. You can go to healingsinmotion.org, healingsinmotion.org, to find out more about that. And Healings in Motion was founded by Mary Nicholson, and we also have another program called CV RAPS, which is a Central Valley Awareness Recovery Preventing Strokes program. Have you ever heard of that?
I think so. My mom does a lot of work in that field of blindness and like mental health. She's a huge activist for a lot of those organizations. So
great. Well, I'll tell you, I'm so excited because there are so many things going on locally here in Stockton, California. I love Stockton. A big shout out to the Central Valley Asian American Chamber of Commerce and also my co-MC, Cynthia Lau. Hey, Cynthia, if you happen to be listening, we had a chance to highlight some of the really history-breaking women with the Breaking the Bamboo Ceilings 4th annual event and bringing out some of the women. We had Sylvia Wong, which was the #1 global realtor. I mean, out of the, I believe, 50,000 realtors out there, she was #1 worldwide.
Oh, right on.
So that means
right
she
out
has
of
a lot
Stockton,
of money.
right?
Yeah, right out of Stockton. Right out of Stockton, California.
So we need some sponsors if you're listening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, we're going to have, I can tell, we're going to have a lot of fun here. Even the water's rushing out of this bottle here. But, you know, we speaking about water, last week we had a water specialist on. That was Art Malabad, and he talked about the Kangen water, and many of you know that for the Kangen water filter system.
I actually used to work for a distributor of Kangen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of the system.
Wow. And, you know, it is an incredible system, and when you understand what alkaline water does to your body, it can make literally a difference between you aging, not aging, between life and death. Yeah. And again, we want to make sure you're aware. We know we are making no claims that the water is doing. It is just putting your body into a good state.
An alkaline state.
Yeah, that's right. An alkaline state so the body can take care of itself.
Because cancer can't live in an alkaline state.
That's right. Wow, you know all this stuff, you know. And I'll tell you, this voice here, she's an incredible woman. I've been seeing her on Facebook, and I love the energy that you have.
Thank you.
Now that I know that you know about alkaline water, perhaps that's why you have so much radiance here. We are speaking of none other than Cesare, who is the hell of badass entertainer or entertainment manager. Is that correct?
Hella dead ass.
Head of dead ass.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's an interesting
Mi-
name.
mixing West Coast and East Coast slang.
Right.
Yeah.
West Coast and East Coast slang. And I want to make sure everyone's aware, ass is really a donkey.
Yes.
So, and of course, there are other things there. And this is walk the talk, so we're just going to talk and say it like it is.
Right.
How's that sound to you?
Right. Sounds good to me.
Well, I just want to mention that if you're within Stockton, California's radius, there is a lot of things going on in Stockton, California.
Yes.
We have waterways that pretty much permeate all throughout the Bay Area as well. And right here on
largest
the Miracle Mile,
inland port, right?
Yeah, largest inland port. And there used to be a lot of import-export there. And a shout out to also a wonderful person, Liz Blanchard, who is a commissioner of the Port of Stockton.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
so she's a woman taking on that role. But I'm just so excited about all the things that happen here. Right here, where? In
Stockton.
California. Okay, we got to put the
That's
California
right.
there.
That's Stockton, California.
Okay. But, I want to go ahead and just talk about why Stockton is so significant. And I have Cesare here. You are doing some great work here in Stockton, California. Give us a little bit about your background here.
My background initially started in marketing and promotion for our local underground talent. And this last year has just catapulted.
Does that mean, wait, does that go with dead, underground, 6 feet under?
No,
Okay.
that honestly.
There is a connection there, right?
Because in New York, they use deadass the same way we use hella here in NorCal. So it was just realizing that as different as we are, we're still very similar and kind of just, we're East and West Coast is the epitome of the
And
music
here's where the
industry,
song comes
so-
in, there comes a time when we heed a certain call, right?
Exactly,
'Cause
exactly.
We are all the same.
Right.
Remember, We Are the World?
Yes,
Okay, bringing it back.
I love Michael. So.
But going back to your point here.
So I started just in the artist industry, but this last year I've been involved with a lot of. This is how I got into the station here. I was brought on to help with a event, The Function. Shout out The Function last Saturdays. You guys come out to the Miracle Mile.
Out.
Yes, it's a free event for family, youth, all of that. We have entertainment. We have free lunch. So last Saturday of every month, come out to the empty parking lot across from Taps Plastic. But I'm just realizing that art in and of itself is a community thing. You know what I mean? Most artists care about their community, want to better it. So it kind of just naturally went hand in hand. Most recently, I was part of a committee that did October Fresh, which was our first annual hip hop festival.
Wow, that's fresh.
Yeah, right? It's
They should call a song called Fresh. Do you remember
Yeah, we
that song? Are you old enough to understand that song Fresh?
I'm not sure.
From Kool and the Gang. She's fresh, so exciting. She's so inviting to me. Okay.
I would have
anyway,
to,
that
have
is
to revisit.
older school hip hop. Okay, you're new school.
Well,
hip-hop.
actually, my rap name is Young Old School. So
Oh my god, give it up. Well, I go by the Walk Star, so I think
Nice.
we have some great things happening.
but
here.
Young as in Carl Young with a J.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay.
But I have seen a huge change in our community just over this last year, I feel like. And like you said, Stockton is being looked at and a pioneer of so many things. I know you're in the financial industry. The SEED project that we have going on in Stockton, Economic Empowerment Demonstration. However you feel about it, despite that, we're one of the first cities in the country that they're doing that. So many people are looking at us on a political scale for that reason. So it's not even just the art. It's not even just community organizations. It's like Stockton is really like coming onto the radar for the nation, and it's exciting to be a part of it.
It really is. You know what? You're acting. It's Halloween. So you're almost like a ghost on your camera. You know what I mean? Scoot over here. Scoot over here. Scoot over here. So,
you know what I look like.
This is on your Instagram, and people can view her Instagram on
It's Ches Day, actually.
Ches
This one
Day.
is just Ches
Okay.
Day. I do have hella Deadass Entertainment. Follow me there.
Got it.
But you can watch live on Instagram right now on Ches Day or The Voice of Stockton, KXVS
Well,
on
that's
Facebook.
awesome. Well, I think community work is so very important. It's so good to see you focus in on this and bringing you into the station. You know what happens when you start volunteering for something, right?
Yeah.
What happens?
You fall head first into it. No.
That's right. And do they ever let you go?
No.
They don't let you go. So maybe you're like, save me. I'm a volunteer. But we are just having a great time here. And I will tell you, I really want to highlight just some of the things. We're talking about the arts, hip hop, and some of the other things that are happening here in Stockton, California. I was just out, as I mentioned, in Hollywood, and we were highlighting this movie. It was a part of the it was the 19th annual Polish Film Festival right off the Sunset Strip in Hollywood.
Right on.
And so Peter Robel was being highlighted because he's Polish. And it's in a film called Junkie, and Junkie was actually directed by it's actually directed by Tim Russ. Okay. Most people know him as Tupac in the Vulcan in Star Trek Voyager, right. And that was in the late '90s. But it was written and based on a story by Shonda Christensen, and we are actually releasing her book some pre-launch. It's called Junkie Broken Wings, and she shares a lot about her personal story, and there's a lot there in terms of how she needed to overcome her background, and it's very significant, especially to the women of today and the things that are just happening just in real life. And so I am just enamored and just really excited about that. We are doing a release of the book this Friday, this weekend. It will be released officially, and this book it just tells an incredible story about Shonda, and I'm a publicist for her in the book, and also out there in Hollywood representing the movie. But the junkie story is really a great story, and I don't want to ruin it for people, but it's basically about somebody that finds a bigger calling because of something that happened, and basically took it on, and that really gave her a reason why to be able to really live her life on purpose and really set things right, so to speak. So, great movie starring some wonderful people there. I also want to give a shout out to Carrie Cooler. Carrie Cooler is with Heart Touch Productions, and I helped her. I'm the publicist of that organization, and she is with the deaf community, leading the way. And I founded what is called the Side Hustle Business Marketplace. That is all about really bringing together resources and also skill development for people that want to do what they call a side hustle. We'll get back to that.
That was what? Side hustle?
Side hustle.
Business marketplace?
Yes.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, and so we'll
got a lot of side hustles.
Yeah. Oh, we got to talk. See, everyone know. Have we ever talked about the side hustle together before?
No.
Yeah,
no.
And so that word is just so awesome. But I wanted to mention that Carrie Cooler is really decided she wants to be an advocate for the deaf community, and so we did a short film, and she did a great job. Is directed by somebody here actually in Stockton as well, and with Philip.
Do you have his name?
Yeah, Philip, and one thing I wanted to highlight is the fact that there are just a lot of things that we take for granted, and in her film, which was written and directed by Philip, I wanted to just mention that it was quite an experience when I first showed up with the deaf community. Right?
Yeah.
What is the obvious thing about the deaf community?
They can't hear.
They can't hear. Yeah, they're deaf, right?
Politically correct.
But you know what? I like to say that I learned so much, and it's really not enabling them only.
Right.
It's really about learning their style because they have to be attentive.
Right.
I joke with Carrie once in a while. I say that is one of the quietest meetings I've been to that's been so productive. But also just the fact of, oh my gosh, what they've been able to create. And we were at the Sacktown Union Brewery, and we had it looks like about over 200 people there.
Right.
And they were doing what they call the ASL Power Night. It's the first one. Go ASL, hey. But Carrie and her husband Don really have a passion for having the deaf community create these movies that could be at the caliber for the hearing community as well.
Right.
And so it's just amazing when somebody has a passion heart. And
I mean, Beethoven did it. You know what I mean?
That's
Beethoven
right.
did what he did. So, yeah.
Yeah. And what did he do?
make amazing music, which you would think would be the hardest thing to do without being able to hear.
Yeah, isn't it pretty incredible? And he was also deaf. And so we have to take into account just what we have, the blessings that we have.
Right.
But when we are given something that's different, what is a blessing in that? What is a lesson we have with that that we can really teach others as well, right?
Right, yeah.
And just within the arts, there's a lot of things I can go on and on about. Raja, or that kid Raja, he had an album that released in August, and I love just his type of music. It's kind of electronic, techno, hip hop, and he's actually had some music play here as well. And we've interviewed him here,
Nice.
but. The arts really just reach everybody.
Yeah.
And that's why bringing it back here to Stockton, we were talking about Sacramento, which I've had a money show over in Money 105.5 for several years,
Nice.
And I've kind of taken a leave because, certain things were happening with my dad, certain situations for a short time. But I really wanted to focus here on Stockton as well, because Stockton is just a great, great town and city.
Yes, yes.
And there are just so many things that are happening here. But music is also just a hub for a lot of things, right?
Yes, yeah.
Now, you specialize specifically in hip-hop? What type of music?
My focus is mainly hip hop, but I do as far as like booking shows and whatnot, I acoustic, all of that.
Great.
I work with
do you have
artists,
anything
all
coming
kind
up?
Actually on the 16th I have a monthly freestyle competition. That one is hip hop. It's not a battle to where people are going to be up there talking smack to each other.
Right.
But it's more an exercise of lyricists. So if you're into poetry, if you're into spoken word, I can encourage you to come out. It's at Blackwater. It's actually the 6th one. We have one more after that, and then there'll be a championship with all the previous winners. There's always stuff going on at Blackwater Cafe. There's always stuff going on at Channel Brew. We have a new venue, Zap Zone, which is laser tag, but they've just opened up a back area where we can have concerts. So, there's a bunch of stuff coming up. On Halloween, the River, there's an open mic. Well, actually, this is more of a show. There'll be a small open mic, but Halloween themed. They're celebrating their 1-year anniversary, 443 North California Street. So yeah, there's over this last year, so many venues have opened up. So many artists have wanted to collaborate with each other. That's a big difference I've seen now from when I started 10 years ago, is artists are way more willing to work
Even when
together.
You're just a baby? You're so young. 10 years ago. Well, we won't give away your age.
I'm 30.
That must be drinking all that alkaline water, right?
Right.
Okay. Wow. And so you've really seen a lot of the evolution of a lot of music as well. This has been your thing for a while?
Yeah.
Been your stick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was raised by a producer. So I grew up in the house listening with my dad, listening to beats over and over and over again. I used to make beats when I was like a child.
Really?
Up until maybe 20 or so, to where the programs just got so advanced. I was like, this ain't even fun anymore. I have to learn engineering now.
The whole thing is like beats, right? You used to do beats, right? Remember that song? It's by an artist you might recognize. I don't know if you're old enough. Michael Jackson. Remember his song "Beat It"? Okay. Was that about beats?
No. But did you know? But did you know a lot of his beats? He actually would beatbox a lot of those sounds. And
really?
Yes. And even though he wasn't, I feel like I'm more like him, because he didn't know the programs himself, but he would sit there and delegate each beat. Like, he basically made all of his beats. He just had somebody that knew the instruments to it.
Really?
So yeah.
So he actually beatboxed.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The
do
song.
You do any of that? You look like you might be able to do so. Not really.
I'm too shy to beatbox, I think, is the thing. Yeah. I'm really introverted. You can't tell, because I've trained myself how to.
Yeah. And because you're so prominent on the camera. Right?
Well,
right.
I actually.
I know. I'm messing with you a little bit. But we're having fun here. You know
Donovan's watching.
Oh, is he?
Don's
okay.
son.
Hey, Donovan. How you doing? Hey, Donovan. So, I think the whole thing about music is very universal. And I actually wrote a song. I don't know if we're able to pull it up here, but it's called Agents for Progress. And I actually wrote it for this organization, Healing's Emotion.
I can see it.
All right, you're going to see if you can find it. Okay, it's called Agents for Progress. And so it's a really good song that kind of relates to all generations. I'm actually having it translated to some different languages. It's going to be performed by some different artists. Also with David Perry Molina, a favorite. Yellow Dot Music as well is working on an Asian version of it. And the interesting thing about that is that David Perry Molina is actually Latino. So hence, again, the hashtag Latino reference there. But I will tell you, the music from Agents for Progress, it was written for that organization. And let me know if you find it. But I want to tell you about the music a little bit. It was really inspired by Mary Nicholson. I told her I would write a song for the organization, Healing's Emotion. And we were talking... Healing's Emotion. Okay, great. That's what it is. And I'm sure that's what it is because I remember that name on that song. But it's called Agents for Progress. And just a little background about that song. That song is all about really being the difference, not just talking about and referencing difference and wanting to make a difference, but being the difference. And it just talks about people going through various stages of life. And so it was a 2014 theme for Healing's Emotion, and we're going to be reviving it. We want to make it go viral. We're going to be putting it in multiple languages, a lot of different things here. Maybe I could have you beatbox to it, with some alkaline water in hand, right?
Right now? I don't know about that.
No. But I want you to hear the words to the song, and I want you to think about just as we grow, as we age. We go through this thing called aging because it was originally written for people dealing with aging issues, stroke awareness,
Right.
Prevention as well. But also, healing in motion. You listen to the words. If you find somebody that has ever been through a devastating situation, there are unfortunately some people and men and women that have faced domestic violence,
Right.
Sexual abuse.
Yep.
There's trafficking. There's drugs. There's a lot of things. People that have gone through, like I've gone through, also separation and divorce. And,
Yeah.
I've had a lot of blessings, but I really didn't understand what it was like to go through that until, guess what? I went through it.
Right.
But you yourself might be working through some different issues, and I want you to think about what you can be and what you can do to help inspire others as well.
Right.
So as we listen to the song, I want you to consider just what difference you can make for somebody that is going through something in life. And so this is Agents for Progress. And as we play the song, I want you to consider, again, the people that you're thinking about and the people that you really care about as well. So, again, they're queuing up the song, and this was written in Stockton, performed by musicians in Stockton. And I want you to go ahead and listen to these words and think about life and just people that may be going through some things, perhaps even yourself.
Touch
I dig it.
Yeah, that's our, and this is good because, we actually are covering a couple different generations, right?
Yeah.
I believe you're the older generation. I'm the younger generation coming in, right? No, but so you listen to the words, being an agent for progress, right? Mm-hmm. How do you relate to just some of the words to the song?
That's a big thing of mine is so many people just complain and don't provide solutions or aren't willing to actually like go out and do whatever it is, So I relate heavily to that, being an agent of progress, like actually going out and being the difference that you want to see. You know what I mean? Like who's Gandhi? That said there somebody like that said
right.
that, be the change that you want to see. And I think that coalesces, but aligns with the message in the song.
Oh, that's really great. Well, I think about that. That was really written in a time when I was going through the divorce, but also, so I understood kind of the whole thing about really needing to go through the healing process. And whenever we go through challenges in life, I want you all to think about this as you listen to this. You have a decision to make.
Right.
You can bend, but not break.
Right.
Or you can break.
Right.
And if you break, then you have to be fixed again, right? But the whole thing about it is things and adversity really make us stronger if we let it.
Right.
And there's that statement. It says life is filled with blessings and lessons, right? It's filled with both of them. And I want for everyone to consider, what decisions do you make as a result of the blessings, but then the lessons that come along as well.
Right.
And, I love the fact that this whole station is dedicated to, really the community. It is a hub of hubs in the community is what I like to say.
Right, right.
And you can go to KXVS.org if you like to find out more about station. Also, it's a great thing to donate to.
Yes.
Because really, this is not about really feeding, feeding just one dog. This is like feeding the mother load.
Right,
This is like feeding the mother that supplies nutrients to their little pups.
Exactly.
And so, does that make sense, that analogy?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And so it's all about really thinking about what difference we will be to the community, not that we can make. So any thoughts about that?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm here. You know what I mean? That's why, and then, like you said, we're all volunteers, so it's not like, we're nobody here is doing it for any other reason except that they want to,
Yeah.
And I just think it's beautiful seeing how many people, like Julie, like a doctor, she's, half the time she's going on days with no sleep and she's still, you know what I mean? Like, so just seeing that there is such a diverse group of people that truly care about our community is really inspiring. And like you said, donate to the station. We want to expand our broadcast. We want to get back on terrestrial radio. You know what I mean? We want to be the voice of Stockton. So one thing I did want to add, though, about the function that I mentioned, the free community event, another aspect of that is community organizations. We encourage community organizations to come out, set up vendor booths. We ask people not to sell anything just so it remains free to the public. But if you have information, if you have any kind of swag that you can give away, anything like that, it serves as a source of outreach for the organizations and a source of information for the community. Yeah. Because a lot of people that are in situations like you're talking about in the song don't know that there's resources out there that they can rely on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know.
That's really great. Yeah. I think what you brought up. And as we go ahead and take our sip of our water, dead water, we know that, right? You know about the Kangen water.
Yes.
But by the way, just a factoid that the Kangen system is considered a medical device in Japan.
Yeah.
Those Japanese people know what they're talking about. I'm Chinese.
They use it for surgeries and all kinds of stuff.
It's incredible. Yeah. But think about just how you can take care of the community and really just thinking about how you can give. Again, we're entering a time of giving, Thanksgiving, gratitude, then giving for Christmas. And, just that whole season is wonderful here. And I want to emphasize, though, I released a book. I was telling you about the book, the anthology, Breaking Barriers, Decisions that Elevate People from Ordinary to Extraordinary.
Right.
22 different authors. Dr. Julie Dameron Brown also
nice.
is in there.
Nice.
So she tells her story as well. But we've got a few celebrity status people that deal with money, people that have dealt with a lot of different life situations. And that's what's made them really extraordinary. It's the fact that they were able to break through, break that barrier. And I know as we go through the holidays, it's a challenging time for a lot of people as well.
Right.
And just think, I want you to consider, if you're listening out there, if you're going into the holidays and perhaps you lost a loved one, maybe you've been separated from some people you love, maybe something happened just to somebody you really care about, or just something touches your heart. I want you to consider, what is the reason that you went through that emotion, that feeling, and just really to acknowledge the things that are happening.
Right.
But there's probably a plan in it to make you personally better in it all.
Oh, yeah. I am a big believer of that. I don't know what everybody's beliefs are, but I realized once I got out of my own way and just started seeing okay, this is exactly, good and the bad happens for a reason. How can I make whatever I'm going through an opportunity? You know what I mean? Whether it is to learn or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I just was talking to somebody how I'm kind of it's falling over myself in this, you know what I mean, into getting into the radio station and all that stuff, because it's, I don't know. I just feel finally like I'm kind of on a path.
That's great. Well, you are on a path, and there is this thing. Like, I've been with some multimillionaire, mentors and coaches. Those programs, I've emceed a lot of them, and what they say is, if you're going to fail, guess what? Fail forward fast.
Right.
Get it done. Learn from them,
right,
so that you know what to do the next time. Right. And there's this movie called Groundhog Day. You remember that movie?
Yeah.
Okay, Ed, do you remember that movie, Groundhog Day? It's a great movie. Oh, that's a great movie, right? And who was it with? Bill Murray. Hey, Bill Murray. Now, what was
Gina Davis? Was that the lady?
I don't know who the woman was, but I just think the groundhog was key.
Yeah.
But what was the message of that story to you? What do you think the message was? Do you remember that? You remember what happened through the whole movie?
Well, I remember that he kept repeating what he was doing, but I don't remember what he had to do to...
Well, he kept repeating what he was doing, right? But every time he woke up, what did he do? Did he repeat exactly the same thing?
No, he made changes.
He made changes.
Right.
And you can think about this. Our life is filled with a lot of past, a lot of things that we can do, but we can course correct, make changes along the way to be better.
Right.
And so we can define our why, as some people say. But as you're out there considering the holidays, as you're out there thinking about maybe what life means to you, you know, and I'm very excited about some new transitions that are happening for me. Just happened even this month.
Right.
I mean, there are a lot of great things happening, and life's what you make it to be, right?
Definitely.
And so, guess what happens when you put your foot on the gas? What happens?
Go forward.
Yeah, and if you put it down lower and you put pedal to the metal,
you
how
go
fast?
faster.
Yeah. So you can control its velocity. You can actually control its destination by the choices that you choose.
Yeah.
But as we end out today, I want you to consider just what everything's about. We started out with community. We started out, again, just talking about community, talking a little bit about the water, right? Because our body is 75% water and all that. But in all sincerity, take care of yourself, because it really starts with taking care of you first above anything else. And I love the fact that we have Ed over there helping with the station. And even Governor Don, I know he's not in the station, but I miss razzing him. I know he needs to come back here. We had some great discussions there. And even you, Cesare, meeting you, just seeing the great things you're doing here in the station here, and just really promoting your art, what you really believe in and stuff as well. And as you think about just mission in life, as you think about your why, living your life on purpose, any thoughts you can give to people that are listening? That was a big breath there. Okay.
Well, because honestly, it's just get out of your own way, basically. You know what I mean? Stop making excuses for yourself. that. Get out of your own way and stop making excuses for yourself and just do it.
That's huge. And when you think about all the decisions we make, a lot of what keeps us back is our perception, but the excuses and the stories we tell ourselves. So if you want to do something big next year, remove those excuses.
Exactly.
Start planning and paving the way. It's all about planning. And so as we end today's show, I want you to consider just, again, just what is important to you, what is your why, and how will you live your life on purpose. This is Jim T. Chong, the Walk Star, and
Cesare Day of Hella Dead Ass Entertainment.
and you've been listening to Walk the Talk on KXVS, and this is located in Stockton, California. Have a great rest of the day.